Now, further.
Hi, Mr. Tolson. How are you? I don't know. I can't hear you, but Les Brown Jr. will be on in just one moment, okay?
Okay, sounds great. I
All
was
right,
on
I can hear
mute.
you. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Give him one moment.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Mr. Brown. For some reason, I can't hear you. It doesn't show you muted, but
Hello, can you hear me now?
yes, sir, I can hear you now. How you doing?
I'm great and grateful. And yourself?
I'm doing great, doing wonderful,
Fantastic.
excited.
Great, great. As am I. How was your trip?
Oh, wow, my trip was great. I took my 19-year-old son over there to Kenya for the first time, and he felt as if though he was home. And what I love about it, whenever we come over there, the first thing they tell us is "Welcome home."
Hmm.
So it was a great experience, father and son.
Hmm.
So it
Nice,
was good. It
nice,
was good.
nice. Fantastic, fantastic. So yes, let's look at um let's look at I know we were talking about coming in for the event. I think that would be very beneficial, and I think Uh, I would like to have a better understanding of where you are in your career and where you like to go so that we could use you coming in for the event as a catalyst and I could be more involved to help you reach those goals faster. If that's something you're open to.
Yes, yes. Where I have been is, of course, you know my story. I've shared that. Uh, I started speaking back in 2014. I joined Toastmasters to overcome my speech impediment, and once I developed those various steps, then I started speaking. I started receiving coaching from the likes of Dr. Sherwood. Of course, I started working with your father, going to some of his conferences whenever he would come here local, and even traveling to Brooklyn, New York, and various places he had spoken at. I've spoken and been coached by Dr. Ruben West and various people that have worked under your father, Mr. Les, doing the black belt. No, I'm sorry, doing the Les Brown Platinum Speaker days, as well as I'm a master storyteller through Andy Henriquez. I met your father down there. I've met him over many, many years. So I've been developing my speaker business because I know speaking is a business as well as not only having the gift of gab, but being able to take what you have, being able to modify that, being able to help others. Now I help others. I coach them to become speakers on refining their messages. I coach them on not only writing their narrative and being able to speak it, but also to put it in a book. So I coach others in helping them to write their books. And I shared the stage with your father back in Charlotte, way back. He's spoken on many stages, and I don't know if he recalled that, but I started speaking on stages not for myself, but in order to help to transform other people's lives, being able to see that transformation that they go through from feeling, oh, I can't do this until, giving them hope. But that's where I am now. Now, where I'm going is I want to continue to refine my business to be more visible, to continue to speak on stages to help transform and change lives and continue to be coached. I love, if your coach doesn't have a coach, then you need a new coach,
Mhm.
basically. So I've been following you for many years, and as well as your father, and your sister, Dr. Ona Brown. And I know I'm in good company. Sometimes you have to be on the same mission with those, you have to put yourself in a circle with those that are on the same mission that you're on, and I know I'm in the right place at the right time. And you say, it's your time. You have to know who you can count on and who you can count out. So I want to be one of those that who can be counted on and not counted out.
That is definitely important.
Thank you.
So, yes. So I can appreciate that. I hear in terms of you've been willing to invest in yourself, a lot of the students you've worked with, and you're always developing and you have students of your own. And so I think for me, what kind of so willingness to do the work is one thing. How did you feel with that shift that we made in your presentation after our last coaching session? And have you tried at different places and what type of response, if so?
Well, actually, when we last time we spoke, I implemented it. I feel afterward, I felt in my heart that it was what was needed, and that that's the value of having a coach. They see things. And actually, I when I was in Africa in Kenya speaking on the stage, that's what I did. I was able to implement it, and I saw the tears. I saw the hearts. I saw the piece that that you coached me on. I saw the response from the audience when I was sharing with them if my father was here today and what I would share with him. And it was from my heart to their heart, and you could see it in their face. I could see the connection.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that was very, very valuable. And the set piece, I went back and looked at some of the photos and they were like, mouth open, mouth like I'm like, close your mouth. But it was what was needed. And you could feel it when you're presenting to the audience, and you could look at you could take the temperature in the room and you can feel it, and you
Hmm.
know that it was necessary. It was the right thing.
Awesome, awesome. Glad to hear it.
Thank you.
So I think, um, let's see. Let's see. How are you on capital right now for this particular investment? What people are they're investing 15K, right? For a 1 year mastermind.
Yeah.
Okay. And coming in, starting with this event, but we would, I guess, beyond the financial investment and beyond coming in town, I think the biggest benefit is going to be a powerful speaker reel
Yeah.
that you'll be able to use this. This will be the best footage that you have in your arsenal. Okay.
Yes.
Based off of the investment that we're making in the studio and the location. And we'll be able to mix in some of the other elements. So that's something that I'm sure you already have a speaker reel, correct?
Yes, I do. Most my speaker reels that I have from over many years, but I did one about 2 years ago. Of course, it was when I was in Africa, Kenya, about 2 years ago, and I have another speaker reel that's coming from this event over there as well. So it's part of the media kit.
Part of the media kit. And when I was talking about speaker reel, it's a variety of footage, right? It's a marketing tool to book more engagements, right?
Okay. Hmm.
And um, so we'll have that footage. We'll have an interview with you and Dad, right? That will be done and be a powerful tool for you. Do you have that already, or have you developed it?
Not yet, no.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think that's going to be a huge asset for your brand positioning.
Hmm.
And more specifically, if you choose to do this, I just, uh, I'm realizing what's in it for me, right? And what's in it for me is I only want to work with people who want to build their business and grow phenomenal brands and can carry the torch that the Les Brown has laid down. And for me, I want to show you some things in the way that I think because these are some elements that I'm going to work to put together for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So let's do this here. Uh, this is an example. Have you ever seen business speaker, a speaker, excuse me, a, let me see, a business plan for a speaker business?
I have not seen an updated one. I had one several years ago when I was working with Dr. Cheryl Wood, but it needs to be updated.
Needs to be updated. So I will show you an older one that really kind of helped me develop the value of it. And then I'll show you a new one really quickly. So let's say this. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
See my screen. All right, great. So here It has the executive summary, mission statement and objectives, ownership and evolution, products and platforms, market size and customer profile, competition, implementation team, implementation plan, round one use of funds, statement of risk, investment opportunity, return on investment, capital requirements, deal memo, conclusion, appendix, management bios, board of directors and key advisors, sample sponsorship proposal, and episode breakdown. Okay. So just want to give you context, right?
Mm-hmm.
A global training initiative built to empower all ages and ethnicities with new universal best practices for success. Our purpose is to motivate and measure 10,000 groups of 150 super talented individuals over the course of 10 years to achieve a percentage of a 100-year goal. For the first time in modern history, we will provide future generations of high achievers with measurable facts about customized mentorship and sustainable success, right?
Yes.
So you'll see YouTube ads, audio book, digital ebook, Amazon interactive book. We're a company with multiple sources of revenue. The $51.5 billion e-learning market is growing at 7.6%, and few consultants are taking full advantage of all the distribution channels. Thought leaders who once dreamed of impacting large groups from the stage must transition into teaching and training global communities from the cloud. Okay. There is no learning management system built to reflect the diversity of global economy, monitoring and tracking the results of ongoing training initiatives produced by and for this, right? So the goal is to measure, motivate, and then measure. So this is just an example of one of the decks. And we want to have something when we have our assessment post-event, we want to build something and really narrow in on that business side. Would that be value to you?
Yes, yes.
So this is what I do. This is what I do for fun. Here's an example of a 100-year plan. Okay, so it goes back to 1995 when it was formed, 90,000 seed capital. By then, we over 25 million was made in the family business. So I really tracked the history of the family business and then the future. Okay, so looking at when we were at 1.2 million followers on Facebook, and I know exactly what we did to get there. So then I spoke at Harvard University, and I launched the Harvard Effect. But moving forward into the future, a virtual reality summit, right? Working on things like that, a resource success center, right? Multi-language webinars, international tour, mobile motivational summits, global sales teams, right? 3D hologram tour, Netflix special, kids TV show, scholarship awards, a career draft. These are some of the things that are coming, right?
Yes.
Community college outreach, right? Red tie apparel line, virtual reality summit, right? So just an idea of dreaming big. And so if you had all the money that you needed, how would you use it? Well, 50,000 on legal, 216,000 on corporate office, 150,000 on a New York Times bestseller campaign, custom web mobile. So this is the next level for you since you've been doing this and you have so much experience, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is something that we want to properly develop. Okay. And more specifically, we're going to a new stage that I think you would be a right fit for. We're going to be launching LesBrown.ai. And in LesBrown.ai, thank goodness that didn't fall. In LesBrown.ai, it's launching a SaaS, a software as a service plan, so that our speakers are positioned in corporate America to address the concept of burnout. So with burnout, it's people getting tired at work and cracking and leaving, and it costs them a lot of money. So the employee engagement in the US has sunk to a 10-year low. 31% of employees are engaged. And so I'll put this is kind of the future of how you build a $10 million average reoccurring revenue B2B business by launching what is called LesBrown.ai. And this is an example of that. So we're going to reach out to corporations and have them fill out this workforce assessment. on quiet quitting, right? How large is your organization? Is cracking already happening? What percentage of the workforce appears disengaged? Which active issues are showing up right now? Is it voluntary turn up, leadership burnout, resistant? You see that? And so
Yeah.
now we have a reason to say hello other than just book me, right? And we measure our success based off of how many corporations we get on an annual basis filling this out. But once they fill this out and they know, give you an example, it's like, okay, how do we turn leadership moments into daily behavioral change,
Mm.
right? You're still seeing my screen, right?
Yes, yes, I can still
So
see it.
we give them a demo. Most organizations invest in leadership training once or twice a year. The energy fades within weeks. The behavior never changes. The spend never compounds. Let's Round AI is the enterprise platform built to solve that problem. We convert episodic leadership moments into daily behavioral change through AI guided micro coaching, structured curriculum, real time manager visibility, powered by the behavioral framework and 50-year legacy of Les Brown, the world's leading motivational speaker, and delivered as modern enterprise software. All right, isn't that exciting?
Yes, yes.
So,
Good.
so now let's look at what that software looks like. So is what I'm really grateful for is not only did I make the plan, and I'm just tooting my own horn here because it keeps my car driving.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was able to build this software myself, right? And so
Good, good.
here you have today's coaching session. This is if you're looking at it as an employee,
Hmm.
right? Today, resilience under pressure, right? It's a 4-minute video. Well, those videos aren't always going to be Les Brown. Sometimes those videos will be Donald Tosin, right?
Yes, sir. Hmm.
Right?
Hey, yes.
Right. And so now we have a tool that can put us in their current module, goal setting, tracking systems. So I'll probably be giving you different assignments of things that to create corporate friendly so we can look at getting you into corporations as well. Okay,
Okay.
where people check in. So when you look at all of those, that's the employee side. But if you look at the manager side, they're able to see, hey, 74% team engagement. 6 out of 8 of the people on the teams were active this week, right? Average sentiment, a little moderate. The completion rate, 66%. We might have want to work on that. It's at least 2 members at risk of quiet quitting. So these are the type of tools that we plan on launching in the future, just to give you an example.
Okay.
All right. Tell me your thoughts on that. And
Yes. Actually, it's it's in alignment of the path that I'm on. One of the things that I did not mention was that I'm what they call a World Civility Ambassador. So I'm I'm setting myself up now, or I'm working on right now of actually going into the workplace, speaking on workplace civility. I share with people that I work for the U.S. Postal Service for over 30 plus years, 33 years actually, and as a manager, and I've seen from A to Z how in the workplace how things happened. How management is not creating the culture that they want to see within their organization, the high turnover rates, that businesses are losing an average of over $2 billion per day in loss, due to uh, through absenteeism, through loss productivity, and so many various things that goes on within the workplace. People drive
mm,
past their jobs because they don't like their job, they're calling
right.
in, and the high turnover rates. So those are some of the things that I currently train on and I speak on now. So that would, you know, I understand that it's necessary, it's needed right now in the workplace. And with the climate that we live in now and the world that we live in now, with the mass shootings that's going on in the schools, within and on the workroom floor, it's necessary. It's necessary. There's a
Mhm.
high demand for that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Very much so. So yeah, that is I kind of want to let you in on the inside and say that's we want those type of decks for you. We want that type of clarity for you. And we really want to say, okay, you got the gift. This is how we improve. And these are the key performance indicators of
Mhm.
how 2027 is going to be the most productive year that you've had in the speaking engagement. Right. By 2028, we are really looking at, all right, here are the clients that brought us back this year. Here are some of the things that worked and did not work, then we can look at expanding. But that would be my vision. And if that's in alignment with your vision and you have the money and the mindset, then let's do this thing. Come out here. I can send a proposal. We do a wire and we're off and running to the races.
Hey, it sounds good. Sounds good. I've invested, like I said, in high ticket programs in the past, so it's not something that that scares me because I know one of the greatest investment that you can make is in yourself. So I'm looking forward to partnering with you and the team, and being able to move forward. Once you send the proposal over. And
Mhm.
then we can go from there. And I would love to see how this develop, as it goes forward. I love your vision. You are a visionary, and that's one of the things that drives me is putting myself in the same arena with other visionaries. Like I
Mhm.
said, when that pond is too small, it's time to get into a pond where you can continue to grow. So thank you.
Perfect. Yes, yes. Thank you. So I'll make sure that you have all of the credibility builders from Dad as well, and I'll kind of be the architect behind the scenes, promoting you as if you were my LeBron, right? Just don't switch teams on me. Don't go to Philly, right? Stay in
That's
Lakers.
my helicopter from Philly, from New York and Philly back and forth.
Exactly. Exactly. And then we'll look at meeting bi-weekly privately outside of the group setting. I love what you contribute to the group. I think it's beneficial, and all of these people will support you as you are launching certain things.
Thank you.
Okay.
I
Mhm.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So I will get that over to you right away, and then yeah, top of the morning, then I'll be sending you over the details of where we're meeting. Make sure we'll have a private VIP dinner as well that you'll be a part of once you come into town,
Okay.
and we will have at least one meeting beforehand to make sure that we maximize the camera and the space from when you're here. Okay.
That's great.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Toast. Looking forward to it. See you
Yes,
tonight in
sir.
class.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. And listen, man, I almost didn't take this meeting because you ain't bring me back a dashiki, but it's all right. It's all right. And
I
that's
no,
not.
no, no. I held one for you. I held one for you. Don't worry. I
All
even got
right.
I got my little necklace on here too. So.
All right. All right. Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. God bless.
God bless.